mean, who are you going to call at 11 p.m.? You can call me. I may or may not answer, but I could answer. And you could be on the show and we could do a display and share. Hello, my name is Jenna. This is 11:11 with Jenna, and it's just, I got it. It is 11:11 p.m. in the Eastern time, and it's still Nello's birthday. Happy birthday, Nello. Nello Genovese, my cousin, my family, my people over in northern Italy. And anybody else's birthdays today? Did I miss? Did we have one in our crew? Oh, good. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. I am here every day, 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week, and so is Carl Hess many of the times that we are here. Cool. Hello, Carl. Hello, Julie. Hello, Jay. Hello, William. Jay Franklin in the house. When are you going to be on the show, Jay? Come on. I'm wearing little Swarovski crystal hearts because I like hearts so much. I'll show you my display and share. Hello, C. Michael Bailey. Hello, Mama Grace. Hello, everybody. Cheers. Oh, can you see the steam? Ooh. Friday night. What are you guys doing on Friday night? Grace and I watched Love Story tonight. Grace and Lillian. Lillian even barked when the dogs were barking. There's a part where they go somewhere and dogs bark, and she was barking. And hello, Ra Morocco. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I got to do it, guys. 11:11 with Jenna. 11:11 with Jenna. 11:11 with Jenna. Quickly down to 9. How quickly they jump in and jump right off. Not always. Oh, it's down to 7 already. It is display and share, and I can show you. I can tell you my display and share. For my birthday, I'm still celebrating. It's not Thanksgiving yet. For my birthday, Mom, and by the way, it snowed here today. Like haily, snowy, sleety kind of thing. Lillian just looked at me. We were playing out at the park. Grace is in the car. Lillian is jumping around, catching a stick. And then all of a sudden she just rips to the car, like in 3 seconds. And I go, oh, and there was just the tiniest little, and it was as if she knew it was like an earthquake thing, because in 10 seconds, man, the place was white. It pummeled us. We were in the car already, and we're in a white car, so it's okay. But for my birthday, I like power suits. I like suits. I like to wear suits, not power suits. I like to wear like magenta and black, cool, shiny stuff on stage. My mom bought me these really groovy black with red hearts all over them. And they match my little back chair that seems to be, there we go. So I have on brand new flannel PJs for 11:11. That's my display and share for the night. And we did the love story thing, and now we're here, and yeah. Tomorrow morning, Jeff Metzger will be here, I think. And then tomorrow night, Gary Lambert. And then Sunday morning, Alex Martinez and friends. And then Sunday night, Poetry Glam. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a display and share in the house. Ra Morocco. Do. Yeah, they do. Hello there, sir. I believe that is what they call the studio. Do you have snow or sleet or frost or anything?
No, you know what? You guys have, well, we got a little weird warm spell. It's still going to be like 22 Fahrenheit, 23, which thank God, because we have the World Cup qualifying for soccer. And so there's 2 games for Canada this weekend. We have to win both of them. So they're expecting, I think, 55,000 people to watch tonight's game in below like
Outside?
20. Oh yeah, outside in a stadium. So they're playing. I think they just finished.
They just won.
They just won. So we win one more, and then we're in the World Cup, which is just pretty big. There's a superstar that's from Edmonton, so everybody's excited. He's on the Canadian national team. He plays for the European Soccer League, but he's a star. So
That reminds me of the gig once Rolf and I had.
You got to tell her he came here at the age of 9 as a refugee.
Yeah, what Carol's saying, this fellow Alfonso Davis came here as a refugee at age, I think it was 8, but you said 9, 8 or 9, and went up through the schooling here, and just kicked on with soccer. So he signed Bayern Munich, which is a huge team in Europe, for a fortune, and just as like a little superstar. So yeah, you could imagine outside at night, with colder temps. It's probably like a football game down there.
I'm in my house and I have a big shawl on and flannel PJs. So yeah.
So, and then they have tomorrow's game, which should be okay. We're on record temperature, which is in the 30s, which is not normal for us. But on Monday, I think we're getting 10 to 15 centimeters. So that's about 6 or 7 inches of snow. And then you can see the weather. It's like minus till as far as the weather app will tell you. So yeah, it's done. It's over.
So we'll be seeing a Morocco sooner than later.
Yeah, you might be.
It has to get really cold.
So I had tickets just in I can't even remember when it was. 2003. I had tickets for the first NHL hockey game outdoors in a long, long time. And it was here in Edmonton. And they said, oh, it can't be that bad in November. So same thing, middle of November, it was minus 40.
No.
And we still had like our football stadium has 68,000 people, sold out. And people with watermelons on their head, no shirts, like just, booze fueled, but that's how nuts it is up this way. So it's kind of like the Cheesehead in Wisconsin, right, for that game. Maybe not as crazy as the quarterback.
40 below zero and they're outside.
Oh yeah. It's normal here, right? I've skied in weather like that all the time. So
how do you deal with the horses in that weather, Carol? What do you do?
let me do a flipsies here.
Hi, Carol.
Hello.
Hello.
You give the horses lots of food. That's pretty much all that you can do is make sure.
But you have the little barn things.
Yeah, they have like little shelters, but the shelters aren't heated at all.
No, they get pretty hairy.
Yeah, they get very, very fluffy and
they look like Sasquatches kind of thing.
Not quite.
Just for the very first time I saw Katie has this, I don't know if you've seen Garabato, the white horse.
Yeah.
He was shaven last week.
Good God.
Yeah, they shave them. And then you see what's the word? You see the
Dappling?
Dappling, yeah. He has beautiful dappling. I'd never seen anything like it. This guy spent about 4 hours shaving him, washing him.
Goodness. Wow.
It was incredible. They don't shave it like to the skin, but
yeah.
But I just sit there, and then he has to wear a coat now because it's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in for a treat tonight. How are you?
I'm doing good.
She's feeling good because here we have
that looks
Canada Dry gin and tonic. Are you doing the French one?
Just tonic.
Is that really?
It's just
tonic water.
You're eating from your side. Everything in Canada has French and English, no matter what. So
do you like tonic water? Straight up tonic?
I love tonic water. It's something I treat myself with every now and then. Like I don't drink it every day, but every now and then.
Good for the muscle.
Although if I took a drink of that, I'd be like, oh, because of the gin that's in there, right?
There's no gin in there. Maybe I'll
No,
go
that's in the other
downstairs and
glass on
buy
the
some.
other side. That's in the coffee cup.
Maybe I'll put some gin in there
Hey,
tonight.
John Whitelidge is here. So right now we have we have a lot of Southern California happening. Southern California, Michigan, California, Central California. See, Michael, I can't remember where you are. Help me. Texas, Austin, Texas, and he's in the South. And then you guys.
Yeah,
So,
way up north.
and Patty's here. Patty
Hi,
Loman.
Patty.
Hello, Patty Loman. So, have you been working a lot?
I didn't do as much this week. Today, Steph and I went to try to do a little bit of Christmas shopping,
Ooh.
and
For who?
that's,
For which person in the house? And somebody else in the house?
pardon me?
For
Themselves.
Rob or someone else?
Oh, no, we stopped and got something for Rob, and I got some stuff for Steph and just a few things. We didn't actually find much. We found a lot of the stores were really lacking for inventory, so we'll be ordering some more stuff off of the internet because it
Yeah.
seems like we can find more off the internet than we can in the stores because of the
Like you actually see not empty shelves, but kind of.
yeah, actually, yeah, like some of the stores that we go to, areas where they would have, lots of stuff laid out, it was bare. They didn't have.
You're talking like Baby Gap and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, Baby Gap. No. No, just like some of our favorite stores that we like to go to. We were kind of surprised at.
And they're not doing as many clearance sales.
No,
Yeah.
well, they won't have much to clear out
Right.
because they don't have
selling what they
much
have.
inventory.
Yeah.
And the mall they went to is rivaling, it was the largest mall in the world. It's bigger than the Mall of Americas, but I think there's one in the Middle East that might owned by the same people, but it's massive. It's got like an indoor 10-acre lake where you can do river rides and all that kind of stuff, and at least 1,000+ stores. So for them not to have like the
The
inventory,
store
it's
you
going
were
to
in
be wild.
today has 1,000+ stores.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What?
It was the biggest mall in the world by the 555 Corporation since the
1,000
80s.
stores.
So, and you know why? Because it's got nightclubs. It's got a Bourbon Street. It looks like Bourbon Street. It's got a Paris Street. It's massive.
It's got a
We even have more.
place with roller coasters and stuff in it, and it's got a giant like indoor wave pool.
Yeah, it's like a
with
lake.
water slide.
Literally like
So
a
like you
lake.
go to Banana Republic, hang out for a while, and then you go into the wave pool. Then you go to the Bourbon place, do a
Yeah.
shot or two, and then you go on the wave.
Yep.
Yeah, good.
I
So when
think I would do.
So when it's 40 below and people are like, what should we do? That mall is everything, right? So they used to have like zoos and dolphins and stuff, but I think there's penguins that hang out there, but they finally got rid of the animals like they should have, right? So
they have sharks.
sharks, though?
Penguins,
Yeah.
they still have the sharks.
Yeah,
Go to
the
malls,
indoors.
you guys. This is like going to the mall in Benton Harbor. This is
Yeah.
like going, wow, so it's an all-day event.
Yeah, it's the biggest
It can
indoor lake in the world. It's got still the biggest roller coaster indoor. So it's like an amusement park in the mall as well. Massive.
Can you go, is there boating on the lake?
Well, they used to have submarines, actual real
Or
submarines
they
that would
did
take you
not.
through. They did.
Yeah, they did.
They actually, it was hilarious because Canada's military isn't that huge, but they had more military equipped submarines than the Canadian military had. So
At
they
the
did.
mall.
They did. Yeah, absolutely. We have like one or two,
I
and
have
there's
to
like five.
adjust my hearing device right there. At the mall, they had submarine. Could you go
Yeah.
into the submarine?
They were
Yeah, you
designed
could.
for rides, absolutely. So you'd go in. Carol's claustrophobic, so
Yeah, I
that
would
never
go.
happened. But
No.
So you guys never watched the submarine races?
you can see
no.
them, but she wouldn't go in
I
them.
wouldn't go in them. I'm too
Yeah.
claustrophobic.
No, West Edmonton Mall. The things that they had, Googled or whatever, you'll see a gazillion weird things. So, but
Yeah. So
Now-
that's where her and I went today.
And were people masked?
Yeah, you have to be masked.
Okay.
But there are a lot of, people that had it like
Yeah.
down to
I
their
have my
skin.
mask on. It's right here. It's on my
Yeah,
face. Yeah.
yeah. But generally, pretty much everybody there had a mask on. And if the store started to get too busy, then they would, you'd have to line up outside, and because they have a capacity limit for each store that you can only have a certain amount of people in right now.
But you could really see the the lack of the lack thereof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have, and I'm gonna, not to be so rude, I'll do this
That's pretty
so
rude.
that you can see my face as well
There you
as
go.
my wife there.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, get back in the picture there.
It's like I don't want to you.
That's it for sure.
What's on your
So-
shirt, Carol? That's cool.
Oh, Roots, one of the stores we went to today. It's a Canadian company.
Cool.
So it's got a
They
tradition.
design all of our, they usually are the ones that design all of our Olympic wear and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually very cool, trendy, down to earth type store. Eh? So,
Yeah.
but
Is that where they bought you something?
Yeah, I got some stuff from there today for Christmas.
Would Rob wear
But-
something from Roots?
I bought a leather jacket from there once, I think.
Yeah, you've bought stuff from
Yeah,
there.
I used to be like an only sweats guy everywhere and anywhere, all the time, every
Like
time.
the double, like the suit, like the athletic suit?
Not so much like Tony Soprano type, but so, but just like sweatpants and whatever, like because but I haven't done that in a long time. I think it's because it's so dry up here that when I use sweats that have the fleece in them, it's like a walking time bomb for exploding static electricity type thing. So it's like, and and when you remove them, it's like, it's brutal. Even with the sprays, and we have good humidity systems in this house, but I have to tell you a story, and not to get people upset. I think maybe I told you, I don't remember, but
Are you ready to get upset?
no, but when I'm in the mall, when I'm in the stores and stuff like that, it annoyed me, like, when everybody, especially here where you guys are, it could be significantly different, but up here we were in trouble bad with COVID. It still is. I mean, we're slowly getting better, but it's
It's
nuts.
starting to go back up.
The amount of cases daily.
It's just COVID culture. It's just what it's going to be now. It's like, it's just what it is.
But I was in the store, and it's, the laws are really strict on making sure you're covered, which I don't even want to get a cold anymore. I think I want to wear a mask, and it's indefinite. They put it indefinitely. There's no time limit when they're going to take it off.
Buy a bunch of masks and wear them for the next 30 or 40 years, and you'll be fine.
That's it. But one lady that had it, and she was very annoying. I could tell, like, she was just doing it. She was just like, mad at everything. But she had to blow her nose, and I was in the lineup, and she was pretty close to me. And I go, "Oh man, yeah, don't you hate it when those things, like, when it's so hard to keep on the nose?" And then she was looking at me like, "What am I doing?" I says, "Yeah, anybody I know with a big nose really struggles to keep that mask on it. So I get it." And she's like, "Excuse me?" I said, no, I get it. Like, because you have a big nose, that thing stays down. So,
Rob, that's not
and
nice.
the cashier who knew me just like burst out laughing her head off. So I did it again. And then I said, I better stop, because I figured I'd get into a fight, or something. So not to, if some people are anti-mask, but I just did it like, I thought, I'm sure they went home and looked in the mirror and double checked, and next time they'll probably put it up just because I embarrassed them. No, yours is actually tiny, because it's like you
Mine
have
is unusual.
a slight Italian, but it's not like mine, which is fairly wide.
Turn your head.
Oh, look at this. Check the scar tissue, broken once here. This is all scar tissue here. I actually have a really small nose like Carol, but 30 years ago, 40 years ago, the first time I broke it. So
Now mine doesn't have a scar, but it was broken right there. So I have the bump, and then I have the nose. So I have like my mom's native side and the Sicilian side representing strongly in my face.
and you can never change it though, right? Like if you said, let me just kind of fix
I'm
this
gonna
a
go
little bit.
I'm gonna see your guy in Canada.
Our buddy. But the only thing is, then you'll start singing and go, uh-oh, my
Yeah.
voice just changed.
I think I would sing much clearer.
Oh.
Because I can't breathe out of one side of my nose. I have a total deviated septum. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I would probably sound like I'm 12.
we have to get John DeTopa to fix it and the septum. Ugh.
Now
Carol,
I'm
you had deviated septum. You fixed it, and
Did you?
Well, it's and then it got blocked. I had scar tissue build up that got blocked. I didn't want to get it fixed because I thought I'd have to have packing. And the doctor said, no, you don't have to have packing. And when I was on the table and they were about to knock me out, I said to him, I said, I don't have to have packing, right? And he started laughing. He says, of course you do. And then they knocked me out.
10-9 out.
yeah,
And
I hate.
then they were going to send me home and told me I could pull it out myself. I said, no way, man.
Yeah, I've had
You're taking it out.
But we're very proud of our Italian heritage. Heck yeah.
That's it. That's it. But
Yeah.
outside of that, and I'm doing good because I had a shot today. I did go get the flu vaccine as well.
You got the flu vaccine. Okay, so
Yep.
you've done your boosters. Now you've done your flu.
Yeah, so it wasn't really a booster. It's like 3 full shots because the 2 Moderna and 1 AstraZeneca. So if you have a mixed shot in Canada, because I went there saying, is this a half shot? He goes, no, you're getting a full shot. So I had 1 of AstraZeneca, full shot. Then I went to Moderna because we were struggling to get vaccines. And then they allowed us to, because the States wouldn't allow people to get in the country or to travel with mixed vaccines. This was about 2 months ago. And they said, yeah, no problem. For the Canadians, you can go get a matching vaccine. So I went and got Moderna, but a full vaccine of Moderna. So I got 3 full vaccines in me, the flu one. And I think on Wednesday, I'll go for the shingles one.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know there's a version to vaccines. I'm like, what do you got? Like, what else do you got? I'm telling you, like, okay, give it to me.
Now the shingles, it's a 2-parter.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you got it this year.
Yeah, I got it this year because I've had like 4 people in my family who've come down with shingles really bad. And I'm like, I don't want it.
Yeah, I have a friend that, went to her eye. So
Yeah,
Oh.
you can lose your eyesight.
Yeah.
As a result of it. So I didn't want to take any chances. So
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, losing your eyesight. Is anybody watching In the Dark? Did you guys watch that? Oh. Is anyone watching In the Dark?
That might
It's on
frighten us.
Netflix.
Is it a horror?
No. It's about a woman. Is it called In the Dark? Let me just look to make sure. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Now I have to look.
In the dark.
In the Dark. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's called In the Dark. It's about a woman who's blind.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And her life, and the characters are quirky and funny, and it's intense, and you sit there and go, oh, don't do that now.
Wow.
Oh, maybe we'll have to watch
I
it.
like it. And there are 3 seasons, so it's totally binge worthy.
Oh, so it's not like a movie. It continues.
Yeah, it's 3.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I stumbled upon it the other day, and I've mentioned it a couple of times to people, and they're like, that's with the blind woman. This woman's got legs till up to the ceiling. She's gorgeous. Yeah, and the roommate, they're just really funny. The characters are really, really interesting. So I recommend In the Dark. What do you watch?
We've been watching. Well, she doesn't like what I'm watching, which is Narcos Mexico 3rd season. So
He tried to convince me. He goes, "Oh, you're gonna like it because it's got, it was filmed in Cartagena." And we were in Cartagena, hey? And I'm watching, I'm like, that is not Cartagena. That's Mexico.
well, that's in Colombia. He doesn't watch it, but it's pretty cool.
No.
And what's the other one? The serial killer one that you like? You, is it? Was it You? Or...
Oh, You. Uh-huh.
Oh my
It's
God.
just really awful this year. I don't even know if we can continue watching it.
I started watching it and I went,
Yeah.
It's like
The previous 2 seasons I enjoyed. This year,
yeah,
I'm
this
really
year.
struggling to keep going with it. So I don't know.
and we're in love with And I know it's probably not even appropriate for show, but It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like that's the craziest show I've ever seen.
That's just bad.
It
It
is
is.
just really, 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 really bad in so many
Everything
ways.
is goofy.
My
I don't
brother
know.
loves watching, and I'll sit there with him, and I'm going,
Yeah.
But we're always like, can they do that? Can they say that? Like we
"Oh, they
keep thinking it's
can't.
weird.
They cannot stop. It's bad." But Gracie says, "Get the shingle shot, everybody, in large letters, in capital letters.
Yeah.
Get the shingle
Yeah.
shot."
Yeah. When it opens back up, we'll have a Canada party for 11/11ers up here, and we'll invite everybody up, and I'll bring a vaccine person in, and I'll do this. Just different little spots like booze to go for you or whatever and stuff. Since it's free here anyway, so yeah, because I think it's I don't know. For me, like you say, if I had not got any of the vaccines over the many years, I may think about it. But because I've had every vaccine known to man with the traveling since I was a kid, you name it, I'm like, yeah, just toss it in, do it.
And when I worked in the hospital, I had to have a lot of vaccines too. So
Yeah, for where she
Well,
was.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I'm not a vaccine person. Like I don't,
Mhm.
but I understand if I'm going to Africa, I must get lots of vaccines, huh?
Yeah, I mean, there's some, yeah, there's some nasty stuff, like even in the Amazon. I mean, depending where you are, if you have
Like
something that's
Amazon.
yeah, nothing like like people we've known from there that have come back with red sores, and then 2 months later the little worm crawls out in the middle of the night. They're in agonizing pain, going, "What is this thing?" And the doctors can't even tell you for the most part. And then all of a sudden, they're in so much pain they look, and there's a little evil-looking worm or maggot comes out of your skin. So yeah. So if there's a shot for that, I'm doing it.
there isn't.
Yeah. But anyway, we don't want to tie up your guests and
Tying
stuff.
anything up, you're freaking me out though.
Hey,
The worm
everything.
comes out of your skin.
Well, yeah, what it is, the fly will lay an egg. A particular type of fly parasite puts it under your skin. You don't know.
They have those in Africa too.
And then a month or so later, you get like a red pimple. You go, why is this thing? And you keep scratching it, itching it until it decides it's time to hatch. Like, yeah, don't Google that if you want to sleep at night for a little
Or
while.
there's
So.
some skin stuff. You guys, if you ever want to not sleep, Google skin stuff.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, when we were at Dr.
Boils. Google boils.
No. Oh, no.
Yes.
But
No.
you could paint. Speaking of painting, what's happening?
Not much. It's very slow going because I
Gonna try to do.
he's gonna
Is that did you put that print up, the giclée? Is that something you haven't seen?
no, you've seen it.
She's got other paintings that are gonna convince her one day to pull out
No.
to show, but she's like,
No.
it's like this strange artist,
No.
you know.
But anyway,
You're a strange artist. Good.
painting
We're a strange artist here. Yes.
my
Hello.
painting is going very slowly because when I blocked in my coloring here,
There's her ink blots. This one looks like Calvin and Hobbes, kind of. So, but anyway, here's.
when I blocked my color, I covered up all my sketching, a lot of it. So it's very slow because now I have to just eyeball it and
Yeah, because it's hard to tell, but she sketches. Oops, stupid camera. Sketches.
Yeah, that's
And
how
then
I think too.
when she was putting color in a different way, she's doing a different blocking. All the lines went away from her sketch. She's like, okay, I got to freehand this. But
so now I'm freehanding it all in. So it's taken a lot of time to do that. So that's why it's going very, very slowly. And I'm kind of like jumping around. I moved down to the bottom down here to do a little bit, just to give myself a break from the intensity of.
Yeah, can we see that braid from that over there down the bottom in the right corner to your right? Yeah.
I want
Over a
Okay.
little bit.
Yeah.
So that Whoa.
But it's not actually finished yet. That's
Oh,
far
no,
from.
that's
Oh,
just
oh, oh, of course,
very
that's nowhere near finished.
beginning of it.
Yeah, like her world of.
Like
You
the
guys,
coloring and stuff in here, I have to do that in all of it. This is
does
just,
anybody else agree with me that looks like a photograph of somebody's hat?
don't go too close to it because it'll
Yeah, well,
get mucky.
Look all mucky.
look at that little part right there that's not quite like the hat wasn't. That's
Yeah,
just
'cause this is still hat here, right, Carol?
Yeah, that'll be dark in there.
Yeah.
just mind-bending.
So I'm just kind of like,
It's surprising. I think that's the longest and hardest thing you've painted today, this thing, more or less.
on, yeah, it's pretty, the hat's pretty intricate. The rest of it'll go quickly and be a lot easier. It's just because I don't have much detail to go by, so I have to do it all.
What's the background that's
Oh, that's
yeah.
they were standing and sitting in front of a school, so that's not done either. Like
That looks like an x-ray from here.
I have to do lines across there.
Yeah, like this part here looks like.
Totally.
Yeah, that's
freaky,
from a
right?
window. They have metal bars in their windows
Uh-huh.
in the glass, so it's just a very blurred out background of a school that they were
Yes, it is. It's
sitting in
incredible.
front of.
Just incredible. And you may or may not be able to answer this question because you're not supposed to or what, but is this painting already sold?
No, no,
Okay.
She won't let them know until it's kind of far
until
away.
it's finished.
Yeah, and that's why this one, the one that she's got, she still has to do things there, but
I'm waiting to like put all my colors out on my palette.
when she matches, like right now, I think I keep asking her the same thing, are you going to do it? But all her colors are along the various hat colors. So
I'm just working with 2 colors right now.
yeah.
So I'll work.
What is
on
this thing?
It's just a wind chime.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, I'll finish that one when I put out a full palette of color. Then I can mix the colors. I
Yep.
need. Right now I'm just working with 2 colors.
And do you record the hours that you spend on each piece?
No.
No.
No. No. I go by how many months I work on something. And this one will be probably 6, probably take me close to 6 months, I'm thinking. Maybe once I get the hat done, it'll go a lot quicker than I thought. But it's just the hat is very, very time consuming. And the little girl's hair will probably be time consuming.
Yeah, so it'll be wild. I don't think you can see the hair, but that's a little girl on the back, and then all this wild mane of hair, right? So,
And that's just like roughly blocked in what her hair is like.
yeah.
So there's a lot within that I have to paint in.
And please tell us again where the photograph originated.
Ecuador. It was 2 little kids that I met when we were up in a really remote area doing a clinic at a school. And I looked out the window and I saw him sitting down with his little sister. So I snuck out and kind of chatted with them and gave them each a toy and asked him if I could take his picture. And so they were posing for me and I took a bunch of pictures, and then they came into the classroom where we were doing the clinic out of, and I gave him a bunch more toys and stuff. They're so cute.
Yeah.
And he was just little. I'd say he was maybe, I don't know if he was much more than maybe 4 or 5 years old. And he had his little sister with him, and he was carrying a machete because I think he'd been out in a field cutting grass probably for animals or something.
Yeah, and I mean, these guys walk, this is like 14,000 feet up, like in the Andes, you know, where the oxygen, like for us, it kills us unless we're on medication, which you can take some medicines for altitude sickness. I mean, it's brutal. You walk 50 yards and you think you've died. And this guy, they come down these mountain roads from miles and miles and miles and miles.
Yeah.
To do this. So
to walk to school
and to come to these clinics, you know, and unfortunately we haven't been able to go there for 2 years.
Yeah.
And with COVID, so these people for the most part aren't seeing the specialists, you know, in the remote areas that can help them. So
yeah, I don't even know if we'll be going back once COVID's finally over, because we haven't been able to hold any kind of fundraisers or anything like that. So COVID kind of did a number on the charity that we traveled there with.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So that was
and they got hit hard in Ecuador as well. So lots of unrest.
Really hard. But they did find that the really remote, higher up regions didn't get hit as hard with COVID.
Yeah, it's lung capacity and just very different people. They look very Tibetan, some of them, and when they're older, and it's just incredible. Like, I mean, man, like 14,000 feet for us, like we went up pretty high one time, and I remember it was like, holy moly, you know.
Yeah.
Breathing wisely.
Absolutely. There's been people like there have been nurses that have come along that are in great shape, look like athletes, and yet they
got altitude sickness.
They got altitude sickness, had to be carted down like in an ambulance, or you know, however we get them down to lower elevation and put them in a hospital for a while, right? So like in Quito or whatever. So
that happened to me in Aspen.
Is that right?
Oh wow.
14,000 feet. I was performing, and
good Lord,
I had 5 gigs Fridays, 6 gigs Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Big, you know, it was an Aspen Jazz Festival, and Saturday night after the show, ooh, I was so sick, and they had all these. I'll just say really quick without. They had oxygen around, but it was taken away because the headliner needed it backstage. So they
oh wow.
Yeah. Wow. So I had to go to the hospital, and then I went over to this woman's house, and she had a hyperbaric chamber at her house.
And
did that. Yeah, I met a lot of really cool. I met Hunter S. Thompson that weekend because I went to the house next door to his. And
good Lord.
Yeah.
Where the buffalo roam. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I'm in a hyperbaric chamber, and Hunter S. Thompson is drinking tea in the next room and swimming. Yeah, kind of crazy.
Bill Murray did a movie of him back, I think it was like 80, where the buffalo roam.
Yeah.
And it was about Hunter Thompson, the craziness, and Doonesbury. For a while, I was reading Doonesbury cartoons like 40 years ago, because they would have Hunter Thompson there, and he'd always get the gun out to shoot the neighbors, like shoot over the neighbor's house. Like, it was crazy. Pretty interesting, incredible writer.
Wow.
Yeah, really incredible. He swam at my friend's house every night at like 3 a.m. Hello, Rap. Hello, Ruben. Oh, we have California, and we have more Michigan. Baroda. Hello, Baroda. Oh no, you're not in Baroda. You're by Hollywood School. Yeah, it is high, and it was hard for me. That's 14. So where were you guys? It's nothing compared to where you were, I bet.
No, that'd be about the same.
Yeah, above sea level. We stayed 14. We'd go a little bit higher on the travels, but the problem is being continuously there for a week or so. You sleep at night, your heart rate increases. It was just crazy. I just ate myself, everything I could eat. The native food there is pretty good, eh? So
yeah, the food
is
except when you go to a village and they're so happy that you're there, and they're so grateful. So they make the community comes together, and they make a meal, and they bring you your plates, and it's guinea pig little legs with their little claws, and
Well,
So yeah,
well,
we always would tell them, let's give this to the kids.
yeah, the kids need protein.
Yeah,
They're growing. They need, yeah.
except for Dr. John, he would eat it.
Yeah,
Well,
anything, okay.
Yeah, and
that's
then
like,
he'd,
what are those called?
oh,
Nutria? Was it Nutria?
Yeah, those are
oh,
like big giant muskrats,
yeah,
but
they have those down in the Amazon. No, these
Big
are like guinea
giant
pigs.
muskrat.
they're like
That's
hamsters.
bigger than Lillian.
Yeah, like a little plate of hamsters, coming for you. It's like,
Well, we would go to
Dude,
schools and they would have these cages out back behind them filled with guinea pigs. And we'd be like there looking at them. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. And then someone would come and no, that's what they're going to be eating for lunch next week. And we'd be like, oh no.
KUI, Carl? Is that
Open the
what
doors.
they're called? Kui? What?
Oh, cooey.
Kui? Is that what they're
Cooey.
called?
Mm-hmm. That's what they call them there. Cooey.
Carl,
Yeah.
how do you know this stuff? Carl, Carl, you need to get your camera so you can jump on Kui.
yeah,
Yeah.
Carl is definitely the principal carnivore on your show. So
Right, yeah, he's like Kui, deer, buffalo.
Yeah, I couldn't eat it. I can't eat
They
anything.
know
But
you couldn't eat it? I mean, were they offended by, are they?
oh no, because we would, tell them, oh, let's give it to the children. And we'd always do it in a way that would not be offensive.
Right.
We'd eat, some of the potatoes or vegetables or
Right.
stuff that they would have, but we would give the guinea pigs to the kids to eat. And you're driving along the highway and you see these like little families along the highway with this little rotisserie with guinea pigs roasting, and I had a hard time with that.
So messed up. Has Steph been there with you?
No, we were hoping that we'd be able to take her, but now because of COVID, we don't know.
yeah, the one fellow who's running it, Dr. John DiTopa, he's a character of characters, but he said, like they dissolved the thing. The Civids are the charity, and he wants to have a talk with Carol and I and a couple of the other ones. I think he wants to do a little offshoot to go to some of these places and continue the work, but maybe much more smaller key than what we were doing in the past. So looking forward to see what ideas that has too.
Yeah, hopefully we'll still be able to do something.
Apparently they call the kui, they talk about it on Archer.
Oh,
On Archer, okay.
on Archer. Yeah. They're so cute. Like they're
They're
just
all
really,
spinning on the little spit. They're just adorable.
yeah. And they keep their little claws on and their legs are all it's really,
No, thank you.
it's like traumatizing. Whenever I would see that, I'd be just, oh yeah.
That's one of those visuals you work hard to get out of.
Yeah, tried not to remember it. Same thing like when I was in Africa with goat. I could never eat goat.
Yeah, I can't do the goat.
Because I would have one as a pet. Anything that I could ever have as a pet, there's just no way that I could ever eat it. I just never, no.
I was with a friend. We went to we didn't eat meat together, but I did eat some fish. And we went to the aquarium, Monterey Bay Aquarium, and she saw a fish and she realized how cute they were. And so now she can't eat fish, or she's like, oh, it's the cutest fish. And I'm like, I know, I get it.
Yeah.
Little shrimp, like scallops. Scallops are covered with eyes. Did you know that?
No, I don't even know what they look like.
Really?
I have to Google it.
Google a scallop. They're covered with eyes.
Oh my God.
Oh, then I wouldn't feel bad eating it. If it
That
looked
was at a carnival, but at a carny.
Yeah.
And Jeff here, but wow, I'm just so blown away. Can we see it one more time?
Sure.
For those of you that maybe jumped on a little late.
Oh, it's like a hat.
Stop it, Carl. He said first they burn the hair off, then they roast it on a spit, but they leave their feet on.
They do. They had their little claws.
Look at that. Magnificent. Oh, I didn't give you, hold on. I have to standing ovation over here.
Back a little ways.
Carol keeps saying it looks better standing back, but you can't see detail, right? This far?
Yeah, it
But you
looks
get the
better
overall visual of it
anywhere.
better.
Yeah. It's like this massive intestines, I keep telling her, right? Like, you know, but
That's the first time I ever saw Monet's paintings in person when I was in Paris. And I remember standing at the top of these stairs, and you go down these stairs and this massive paintings of his water lilies. So when you're standing on the stairs, they're like just absolutely stunning and breathtaking, just beautiful, but you're like 40 feet away from the painting at that point. And then you walk up to it and you look at it, and I remember turning to my friend and going, oh my God, the horror. When you see it all up close, it's like, how, I can't understand how he was able to paint the way he did. He'd have to, do a brush stroke and run back 40 feet to see
yeah,
what
but
it
they
looked
showed
like.
him. He did like in the Alps when they blow those giant horns. It's a long paintbrush from 40 feet back.
I bet he would say the same
I
thing
don't
about
know.
your paintings, Carol. He'd say, how in the world does she do this? I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. But when I saw his, because up close, it was just like a mess of colors all mushed together. And then you stand way back and it's just absolutely breathtaking and beautiful. And then when you realize that by the time he ended his career, he was just about completely, I think he was completely blind. And you could see the progression of him losing his eyesight in his work because of how the colors got darker, and it just wasn't the same as in the beginning when it was just like beautiful, bright pastels and just vibrant colors. But yeah, that was quite the eye-opening thing to see his work like from a distance and how just stunningly beautiful it was. And then you go up close and it's like, oh my God. I don't understand how he did it, because some of those paintings, they were massive, like
Massive.
huge.
Just like Georgia O'Keeffe.
Yeah.
I've seen her shows, and they took over the whole space in Art Institute or.
Yeah, I have a book of her work. I've never seen her stuff like in person. I just like in a book.
In any of the museums you went to?
No.
Okay.
I might have, like, had we gone in, I don't even know if they have any of her stuff in New York.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll get to
here and there, but I mean, if you were to go to Santa Fe and then out to Abiquiu, that's where her home was. And
okay, yeah, she has beautiful work. But it's just interesting, with different artists when you get to see their stuff up close, and it always amazes me how they're able to do what they do.
Yours, Stacy. Just if you're not familiar with Carol, what she's sitting around right now, to her left and right are paintings. Are either one of those paintings, or are those both Giclées?
All Giclées.
Okay.
These ones are Giclées. The only, because they're sold, right?
That's an original.
Well, that's an original, I think, but that one you won't sell. And this is an original as well, right? So, but everything's Giclée, more or less. You have two originals downstairs still that you won't sell. And
those are Stephanie.
Yeah.
Or Rob, if he wants to get a different car or something like that.
Or some new equipment. There's a big sale in Berkeley this weekend, Rob, a stereo sale.
Yeah, I get different audiophile magazines regularly, and it's like California is the place, like Berkeley area. I mean, the Paris Sound guys, are down there.
The sale is this weekend in Berkeley.
Yeah. 1 year after COVID's done, you can go down and.
I would have went to any of the audio shows, but it was tough for us to get across. And I'm gonna let things kind of get better, because there's now an Alberta variant of all things, right? So So the Delta variant kind of morphed because of the amount of COVID we had this way. And so there's now a variant that's attributed to here, but they actually think it started in Idaho first. They were just saying, so from Idaho up. Yeah. But yeah, just,
He
I don't
probably
know.
spread it.
Are you guys planning on going
Yeah.
to family for Thanksgiving?
No.
Actually, we decided we're not doing Thanksgiving from this point going forward because it was last month.
Oh, you had your Thanksgiving, right? Canadian Thanksgiving.
Right. It was about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Did you go to your
because
families for that?
no, we actually did this one very peacefully. But I
That's
see
right.
my dad.
I
I
remember
do.
now.
I do see my dad all the time, and but it still is like, although you can start to meet with each other socially out here, they're still holding back because again, we are fighting it still. It's not. We have 80% of the people, I think, are vaccinated now. With available people are that can get vaccinated or vaccinated. So 20% are not, but only 66, I think it was, percent of the population is vaccinated for the people who can't, the younger kids. So, but it is, like I say, it dropped, but it's kind of steadily starting to climb again, and it's now a disease of the unvaccinated. So it's a tough go. So mind you, people that are double vaccinated are getting sick again, right? So some.
Yeah, because the vaccine doesn't stop you from catching it. It just
Right.
prevents you from ending up in the hospital and dying from it.
Yeah, unfortunately. But so hopefully this thing will just peter out and be done with, right? So, but
yeah,
just keep being diligent, doing your thing.
Yeah, wearing our masks.
I love my mask. I think it's the coolest thing. I didn't shave today, but with a mask on, it's like, who cares? You know,
When I take the dog for a walk, I wear the mask, even though
you don't
I'm not
wear
around
it for COVID. You just wear it for the cold.
I was just gonna say, I wear it to keep my face warm.
Totally. Oh yeah.
So I'm
I
not
don't
around
have a gaiter around my neck.
Yeah.
Extra gaiter, extra, just stuff for sure. Hey, are you guys going to do it at one of the hours or some of the hour on the 23rd?
So yeah, I was going to ask you. We're like I always say that I'm boring. I don't want to talk. I'm boring, but on that day, I can take time. I know last time it was cold when I did shots around, but maybe I'll be in West Edmonton Mall and I'll show you the lake.
Go to the mall.
That's
Get
it.
on the riverboat in the mall. Get on the roller coaster. Go to the mall.
No, people died on that roller coaster.
We had about 6, 7 people who died on it, but it is like it's a 10-story roller coaster indoors. So it's pretty frightening, that one. So
yeah. I would never go on it.
No, Carol wouldn't. The baby roller coaster, you screamed all the way.
I used to love scary rides.
When you were a kid?
Yeah. And then I went to, we have like in the summertime, it's called
exhibition.
Exhibition.
A little fair.
Yeah. And me and my girlfriends, we went on this one ride.
The Zipper.
The Zipper.
Oh, the
and
Zipper.
The guys running it thought it would be really funny to make us go on it 3 times in a row. I think one of my girlfriends like literally lost her mind on it. She was just terrified, and ever since then I've never gone on another ride. It was just
I've been in this. Is the Zipper your Zipper, the kind that you're in a cage and you flip around, you flip around? Yeah. I was with a friend in the Zipper and she threw up. And we weren't done with the ride yet. We were at the top.
Oh my God.
And that's how they get you to spin around, and we were spinning. Yep. And she just all over the cage.
It's awful. And when it stopped and they were letting people off and it came to us 3, they looked at us and they go, "No, you're going again." And they did that to us 3 times. They wouldn't let us out. Like Louise, was literally I think she lost her mind. We had to practically carry her off of there when they finally let us out. Never gone on a ride again since then.
I would not either.
It was just a nightmare. It was awful.
The last time I went on a roller coaster, I was with a dear friend of mine who is no longer with us, and I wasn't going to go. We were a group of us, and I said, I don't think I'm going to go. And then he turned around and looked at me, and he was very sick at the time, and he looked at me and he goes, Jenna, never be scared of anything ever again. And I sat next to him on the roller coaster and
Aw.
we did it. I've never been on one since, but
Yeah.
I forgot you were just talking to a camera and you couldn't see anything, right?
No.
Okay.
That's okay.
is that shirt you have, is that what they cook in at the, like, they kind of look like
No, that's a beaver, a Canadian beaver.
not a cooey.
It's not a cooey, but indigenous people used to eat them.
Oh yeah.
They probably still do
Sure.
up
A
north.
beaver?
Yeah,
I don't know.
they're cute.
I'm thinking so. Well, figure out somewhere fun if you can that day. But if you're working, don't, it's
Yeah, no, I'll
not
figure out.
expected on.
Good one for you.
Yeah,
to go
West
to.
Edmonton or something really unusual. I'll see what and I'll infill when you have a little spot or something like that. So
Yeah, well,
for sure.
Hey, you could ride the big roller coaster.
yes. Yeah, come on,
Mm.
Rob.
I don't fit under that thing for height. I'm not high enough. So.
Yeah,
No, actually, you know what?
it's a
I'm
scary
okay.
roller coaster.
I'm okay with things like that, like because the vehicles, the driving types, and the G forces. But I don't know. I just don't like roller
Like when you go
coasters.
up, are you okay when it goes over to the? No.
I
And
have
this
no.
one,
I
it
have no fear of
spins
heights.
around, like you go around and around
Yeah.
and a loop de loop. And
Yeah, no fear of heights, like from
I
my
do.
side. So no matter what it is for heights, it's just I don't know. Like bungee jumping, no, I'm not going to do
No, I
that. So
wouldn't do that either.
No.
That's,
yeah.
I'm terrified of heights and I'm very, very claustrophobic. My cousin locked me in a closet when I was 5 years old and left me in there. My aunt was out in her garden and she heard me screaming and came and let me out. That was my Aunt Norma. Ever
Yeah.
since then,
Locked in a pocket door? I got locked in a closet with a pocket door
Oh, wow.
ew.
in the middle of the night. And my parents were upstairs. I had we had two condos, and I was locked in, and I just sat there. I was going, help, help.
I've
And I
been
rearranged
screaming.
the closet. I was in there for a couple hours. I rearranged everything.
Wow. Rearranged it.
So I understood.
Must have been a big closet. If
Right.
you were able to be rearranging stuff. The one I was in was
Elevator.
small and dark. It
Oh,
was a small, dark. It's
awesome.
almost like a broom closet, very tiny, tight, dark.
Yeah, since I've known you for, God, I've known Carol for just about 40-ish years, whatever, and never has she been able to even stay in something borderline claustrophobic, right?
So no boats, no sleeping overnight on a boat or a train. Would you not want to travel by train?
I think I would be okay on a train.
But she's okay on a plane for sure.
Yeah, like
right?
I'm okay on a plane or
Just if it's something dark and
yeah, if it's dark.
Locked. Dark
Yeah.
and locked.
We went to an underwater cavern thing with Steph when she was little in Vancouver.
okay.
I probably made it 20 feet. And I swear I almost ran over the kids trying to get out of there because I couldn't even breathe. It was awful.
It was like a little aquarium thing, but you went below the sea level. Yeah, I mean,
it was very dark.
And it's a one-way thing. You wind her through this labyrinth of all these things. She ran the other way. People were trying to come in and they're like, dodge her, she's escaping, but
They're like, ma'am, no.
I told them I have to get out of here. I can't breathe. And they felt bad for me.
yeah. Carol's that way, and Steph's deathly afraid of octopuses for some reason.
Because we went down there to show her octopuses, and she's just terrified of octopuses for some reason. I don't know. Because they had these.
Have you seen the movie
Octopus?
My Octopus Teacher?
No.
Oh.
Is it about octopuses?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get Steph to do it. That and butterflies. She's frightened of butterflies.
Terrified of butterflies. When we were in Washington, we went into they had
Butterflies.
the Smithsonian. They had this big butterfly thing that didn't last long. We couldn't even get her in there.
She raised butterflies in her bedroom.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my goodness. No, Steph sees a butterfly and she's running.
It's because of it's the goofiest excuse or reason, but it's because of SpongeBob. There's an episode when she grew up that they had a little butterfly in a jar, and I guess Patrick, this squid guy, and whatever they looked close to it, and then the face was they morphed in a real like bee face, like like a scary face. It wasn't a butterfly. And we kept trying to tell her that, but since that day, she's
She's
been zero
terrified of
butterflies.
him.
Oh, wow. Well, Julie and Suzanne are not good with caves either, so.
Yeah.
With caves. Actually, we took you to a cave. You did okay.
Yep. That was
In Virginia.
In Virginia, we went to these underground caverns, but they were very open. Like it wasn't like tight.
And it had lights, I guess.
Yeah, and it was lit up. I was okay down there.
Yeah.
It's just if it's really tight and dark, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Right.
When I worked at the hospital, my last day of work, I got stuck in the elevator.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
But I was thankful it was just me and one other nurse. If there'd have been a lot of people in there, they'd have had to probably
The
sedate
fists
me.
would have been flying. Carol would have been full panic mode.
Yeah,
so.
I would have panicked if it
I
would
don't like to park in parking structures.
Oh,
From a fear of freaks that are in those things, or just
Probably freaks a little bit, earthquakes, just not feeling, yeah, like I'm one of those, when I do a gig somewhere, I like to know where the other exit is.
yeah, earthquake. That's right. Yeah, I'm just thinking like as a you guys as a women, like there's a lot of frightening spots for that stuff, right?
But I mean, like, okay, if there's an earthquake, how am I going to get out of here? And I'm better off on this.
Yeah, actually.
well, we don't experience that here. So
Yeah, we don't. We had a earthquake that everybody was like, "Did you feel it?" It was I think 3.6, and it was probably
it was a 5 point something.
No.
The one just a month or two ago.
I think it was 4, and nobody felt it. Like you wouldn't even know. Like as a matter of fact, if I walked on the floor, you'd feel it more in Edmonton. But it was kind of like the big event, right? I mean,
No, people felt it.
Yeah. Is that your foot?
Yeah, that's my foot.
I thought that was like this rubber thing. It was like a toy of Zoe's. I'm grabbing and pulling, and I'm like, "That's your foot." But because we're squeezed on this.
For a long time, he thought her foot was a rubber toy.
I did. I actually thought it was like Zoe's
Like,
toy.
why is he playing with my toes?
Zoe.
She's downstairs looking out the window, guarding. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm surprised she hasn't jumped up here. So, but
Poor little thing.
Yeah, 3.6 is, but you can feel it. I've gotten jolted out of bed a few times in my life, and well, there was one on the show. Was it on the show or right before the show, where it was one of those crack, and you just went.
here we're in California, or
in California, and I've been in Michigan twice during an earthquake.
Michigan as well.
Michigan gets them?
Yeah, there's a fault line right through.
Well, when I was in Zambawa that one time, we were walking and I had this really weird feeling. And I said, "Do you guys get earthquakes here?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, that was the first time that on my first trip." And then we left the next day. And from there, we went down to the Amazon. And when we got to the Amazon, they let us know that they'd had an earthquake there at just not long after we left. And it was, I think it was a 5 point something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
So I think that was a tremor that I had felt because it was
right.
Like you kind of.
It's kind of like a wave.
Yeah. And you almost feel like you got vertigo or something, like a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the only things we felt in Edmonton is, believe it or not, up in Anchorage, when the bad earthquakes hit there, like they had one in the 60s, that was one of the strongest that's ever happened, right? Where that's when the bay emptied out and the city was rolling. So here things were shaking and moving. And so because it follows the mountains, like the fault comes down and we're on one side of the mountains, and it kind of goes up that way, the Rockies, and so it comes down this way. So we actually felt it as far away from Anchorage to here, but other than that, yeah, it's pretty well. There's no earthquakes here, like nothing of
Oh,
nothing of
40 below.
tornadoes.
Yeah, we get cold weather. We do get tornadoes.
Yeah, 50 below. I think records like that for sure. But hopefully, Canada, Western Canada doesn't beat all the records this winter either, like they did this summer with some of the hottest, like that one town. It's just still obliviated, like town that's been there forever, and then was so hot that it just burnt down this summer. So terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well, Paradise it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just insane.
A couple of my friends I talked to this week, they're going to come on the show that were from Paradise.
From there.
But yeah, I've been just reaching out to more people. And
Are they going to rebuild?
They are.
Most people I know, really good friends of mine, their house did not burn down. They were one of the few that did not burn down, and they were holding out for a really long time. But then it just got difficult because the infrastructure still isn't back the way it needs to be to have a running. But they do a lot of fundraisers and stuff. My two other friends, I mean, I've talked to this week. One of them, she just went back and she's deciding that she probably will rebuild. And then other people I know just can't handle the trauma that they went through that day, just trying to get out of there and knowing about everything and what they saw on the way out was really, really awful. So no,
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's scary. I would be nervous just because 60 Minutes, I think 2 weeks ago, had the specials on the Hoover Dam and the lake, there, as well as there's one other one on the Colorado that's before, I forgot what it's called. But
the water shortage.
Yeah, it was just incredible seeing how much it dropped in a year. So it frightens me.
When it rained in the last 2 weeks, on my birthday, it rained in some places 20 inches, and people, I mean, it was fabulous. I'm losing it was great. I was happy, but but we need more
Lots,
more rain.
But
And you need it over a long enough period of time that the ground can absorb it. And
exactly.
If you get too much hard rain all at once, it just washes away.
Yeah.
And the ground doesn't get to absorb enough of it.
There'd be some more Coronaroki Thursdays in our future. Inquiring minds would love to know. Yeah, I mean, the hard thing about that, Julie, is some people are starting to play more, so they're not home. But I believe on the Tuesday, the 1111 show, we will have a Coronaroki hour, and I need to get that together. So yeah, and I would love to have more Coronarokis, but yeah, people are just the one. I mean, I can always reach out to other people to perform. So yeah, it'll happen. Just I need to make it happen.
All right.
But
well, we should let
go get Lillian outside real quick.
That's what I was saying. Yep, I agree. We've kept you with this little room.
Guys. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Of course. Anytime. And
thank you, everybody.
Call and let's talk. We'll talk.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Do you have a letter for me?
Pick a good one. M, are you saying?
M.
M?
Yeah.
Well, no, everybody does Mammina M, right?
Yes, that's okay. I can do M.
Oh, okay. I could pick something else. T.
O T T T T T ta ta for now.
Ta ta T T ta.
Ta ta ti ti ta 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 ti ti ta. There we go. And thank you, Carol. And thank you, Rob. And thank all of you here tonight. Oh yes, and those are her toes. It's not a toy, Rob. So please, please, please don't play with her toes. And if you do, have fun. And if you don't, it's cool. Thank you so much for showing us the painting tonight. So T is for doing many things, but thanking you all for being here, Stacy too. Oh my goodness, stay safe, stay healthy, and be real nice because she's drinking her tonic tonight. Got lots of bubbles and everything is all right. And Karen, there you are with the T in your name. And everybody, I know you gotta do the same. So tomorrow morning, Jeff Metzger. And tomorrow night, Gary Lambert. But tomorrow morning on 11:11 with Jenna is one more Saturday morning. And tonight, oh, tonight, may you have thoughtful thoughts, all right, and may you have truthful words, and of course, a tremendous heart.
Love heart.
Love heart, everybody.
Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Night. Real.